Okay, so first of all, you're going to get a bag, which is either going to be in the refrigerator, or if it's the first feeding of the day, it'll be a brand new bag, which you'll get wherever you're keeping those. A box of formula and an extension tube. The one that lays flat is the one that we're using for feedings. And then you're going to wash your hands. Do this part over the sink in case there's a spill, and Morgan is capable of doing this part herself. You want to make sure the bag is open like that so the formula flows down into the bag and not over the top. You shake the formula, open it, and just pour it in to the bag. Now you move out to wherever the pump is at. Make sure the cap is screwed on well. Actually do this part over the sink. Screw the cap on well. Make sure it's on good, because if it's not, it's a mess. So hook it on to the IV pole, and then you're going to attach the extension tube to the end of the formula bag. So you open up this little purple cap off of there, which just unscrews. Take the lid off of the end of the bag, and then screw this into place. Then you have to, and again, Morgan knows all of these steps. You put this on by taking this green loop and stretching it over this wheel, and then pulling this cartridge into place. It clicks right into place. Now I've got this a little twisty, so I'm gonna undo it because we don't want that twisty. So we'll do it again. Get the cartridge into place, and you can see these are not twisted. And then you close the lid so that it clicks. You're gonna turn the pump on by pushing and holding the on-off button. And you wait to release it until you've got this screen. So that is the on-off button, the stop one up here. The next step is to prime the pump, which means to run the formula all the way through to the end. Now, if it's not the first feeding of the day, as you can see, there's liquid in the line, so you need a towel or something, because formula is going to drip out as you prime the pump. We don't want to put a lot of air in Morgan's stomach, so we go ahead and prime all of that spottiness out of there all the way to the end of the extension tubing. And this takes, I don't know, a couple minutes. Probably not even a couple. So you can see the formula running into the end of the tube so that it's all the way to the end of the tube there. So then it's ready to plug into Morgan. So we're gonna walk over here. So here's Morgan's button. On the tube, there's this little black dash, and that needs to line up with this black dash on her button, which lines up with this kind of port there. That is for inflating and deflating the balloon, which is inside, and you never want to use that, basically. So we're just going to line this up and push it in where that line is lined up with the other line, and then turn it so that it's locked. And then on the actual pump again, I'll turn it so maybe we can see the buttons better. Oh, you got a light? Okay, we're going to push the run pause button. So if you push it and it's not moving, then it's going to hit run, and if it is moving, then it'll hit pause. So it toggles back and forth like that. So now it'll run for I think it's 22 minutes and administer the feeding. When the feeding is over, the alarm will beep and you can turn it off. If the feeding has run in like it looks like it's done here, then there's no need to reprime it to run the rest of the feeding in. If it still looks like formula all the way through that tubing, then you would need to push the prime button to run the formula in the rest of the way. But in this case, we just turn it off, which is that top button that you can't really see the word of. And then you just need to flush the rest of the formula into her belly and flush out the tube. So you get a syringe that has 30 mils or an ounce of water in it, and then disconnect her.
But you want to pinch this first, right?
Oh yeah, pinch the clamp so the formula doesn't drip out. So you go ahead and disconnect the bag, and then just take the syringe with the water, twist it on, unclamp, and push in that water, which will rinse the formula out of the tube and rinse out the actual button in her belly. Clamp it again so nothing drips out. Line up the black mark with the other black mark. Let's see, there you go. And then you can pull it out, and Morgan can close the cap. And Morgan says thumbs up.